Standing by the tandoor under the neem tree on a sunny afternoon, the divine smell of piping hot naan distracts me, only to be interrupted by my mom's soft, polite and convincing voice. Bhai, which means brother, will you please put this in your tandoor for 20 minutes? This was the very first of at least a dozen trips I made with my mom to accomplish her goal. This story is not about traditional Pakistani food. This story is about a black forest cake which came into my life thanks to my mother. My parents were foodies, and before that it was even a word. They traveled a lot to scientific conferences that my dad attended, and they always came back talking about the amazing food they'd eaten in other countries. When I was a teenager, I wasn't like most of my peers, always wanting to be with other young people. Although I did have a lot of friends, I was attached to my mum, her adventures and surprises. After a fancy new bakery opened up in the city, we tasted their Black Forest cake and our whole family loved it. It's made with thin layers of a moist chocolate cake alternating with cream and stewed cherries, with each bite melting in your mouth. My mum said, "I have to figure out how to make this cake." The bakery's version was too expensive to have except on special occasions. We didn't have an oven, which was common back then, but there was a clay tandoor in our neighborhood where fresh bread was made. Every day for more than a week, I watched my mom mix different measurements and combinations of ingredients into a batter, and I walked with her to that tandoor. In the beginning, I felt embarrassed when she asked the man who operated it to put it in the tandoor. At first, I'm pretty sure he thought she was crazy and said, "No, I cannot do that." But because he respected her, and she was pretty convincing too, he held out his hands and the pans went in. She failed many times, then finally the sponge came out perfect. For the layers, my mom whipped the cream by hand with a wire whisk. She couldn't find cherries, so she used canned peaches and walnuts instead. Later, she had an oven and baked it at home. When I grew up and had an oven of my own, I started making her version of the cake for my kids. The creation of the cake shaped my personality. I felt that each layer had a significance and taught me perseverance, being hardworking, polite, respectful, loving, caring, patient, and most importantly, never giving up.